Hey, yeah. So one last video for today, and I thought I'd talk about this small plot of land, this field, or whatever the correct term would be. And the reason why I mention it is because it's cursed, because all three previous owners of this land have died prematurely. Now a new owner has bought it, got rid of most of the grass, planted his stuff, and yeah, hopefully he won't die prematurely. But yeah, that's a bit concerning that all three owners died. The reason why I know this, by the way, and I think that's the reason why I made this video, is when I walk the dog, you sometimes meet like older people who are also walking the dog, and the older people, they're chatty because, well, they don't use the internet that much, and they miss social contact, so they're always really willing to talk. And it's kind of funny. Most of the longer conversations I've had with Danish people are not people my age, but the older people, because they just want to chat, you know. And if you're nice to them, they'll be nice back. Whereas the people my age, they don't really want to talk for whatever reason. Anyway, the reason why I'm mentioning this again is to show how important it is to establish a connection with the senior neighbors that you have, because they know what's going on around the area. They stick their noses in everything, and they just know. And if you do that, you'll also have a good sense of awareness of what's happening and who's who and who's an asshole, etc., who's moving, and who did what. You know, they stick their noses in everything. So it's good to actually keep tabs on it and just establish a nice relationship whenever you meet them. Say hi, how's it going, you know, and have some small talk about the dogs. They love talking about their dogs. And then eventually, once more and more trust has been established, you can start talking about what's going on in the neighborhood and so on, and you'll figure out what's what. And that's how rather I know that this little plot of land is cursed with three previous owner dying prematurely. It's really scary when you think about it. Maybe that's why I think that's why it was easier to sell, because land is actually very hard to sell because it's so expensive. But if there's a curse on it, you probably want to dump the price a bit to get rid of it, because you don't want it after your husband or whatever died. So yeah, anyway, that's just it. Yeah. And here in the background, by the way, that's the big forest. The one I showed you today, that's like a really small miniature forest. It's very pretty though, and very green. But in the background, as you can see, that's the big forest. And if you go off path, you'll see all sorts of cool stuff. Giant, like trees from Lord of the Rings, and wild deers and whatnot. I still haven't seen a fox yet. I wouldn't put it on my bucket list because, it might not never happen. But it would be pretty cool to see a fox or a badger. But these are shy animals, especially foxes. So I'm not gonna bet on it anytime. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And you know what? It's always when you don't expect things to happen that it happens. So yeah, this is a bit longer video. I just want to share some life advice to the younger crowd. Establish good connection with the seniors. That way you know what's going on in your neighborhood.